A welcome addition brings the Parramatta flag behind me now for my video. Let's get into the round 12 predictions. Alright, we head down to Penrith at Panthers Stadium for the Panthers taking on the Sea Eagles. Now this game for me is a bit of a flip of the coin. Manly had a substantial lead against the Titans, 12-0 coming into half-time. There were some points. I didn't watch all the game, and I did have a YouTuber let me know the details, but I did forget them. Dylan Edwards up against Brandon Elliott will be good to see. The battle of the fullback. Manly obviously missing Daly Cherry-Evans for an extended amount of time, and Jake Trbojevic is out now, as well as Tom Trbojevic, who's been missing. As for the Panthers, the inclusion of James Maloney back in the number 7, he goes to the number 7 jersey in place for Nathan Cleary, with Jerome Luai in the side. So as I said, in James Maloney, another in for them is Liam Martin, who I think is a good player. He is named on the reserve, so we'll have to see whether he does play. And as I said, Jake Trbojevic and Nathan Cleary are out. For this game, I'm going to go the Sea Eagles by 8. I think they've got enough to beat the Panthers. It's not confident for me. The Penrith side, yes, they make a lot of errors. No, they're not finding form as such, but they did find a way to win. And what's not to say that at home, they'll find another way to win. So I'm going to tip the Sea Eagles by 8, but I am down. Then we head off to Bank West Stadium again on Friday night. We were so disappointing, the Eels, against the Panthers. We showed a lot of strength in the first half. I'm glad that Blake Ferguson has been moved back to the wing rather than in the centres, and we welcome Michael Jennings back to the side. There's a few changes that I'm happy about and a few that I'm not. I'm really not happy at the fact that on the reserves is Tim Manor, not on the bench. I would prefer to see him. They've put Ray Stone on the bench. We'll see how he goes. He is a good player. Kane Evans is in. Tepai Maroa returns. And of course, Ray Stone. Big ins for the Rabbitohs include the return of Adam Dewey, who will play his first game since I think round 22 last year against the Melbourne Storm, when he did, I think it was his ACL. It was a bad injury. Obviously, Dane Gagai, Cody Walker, Cameron Murray, Damien Cook are out. I do think the Rabbitohs will turn up. Do I think they'll win though? Another flip of the coin game. I think we're in with a big chance for this one. I'm looking forward to the matchup, between Blake Ferguson and Campbell Graham. Adam Reynolds is named in this side, who I think should be playing Origin, but the Burgess brothers are in. I can't wait to see Manu Mahu up against Sam and Junior Paulo up against Tom. Look, I'm going to tip the Eels here. Not confidently at all. This is a game we should win against a fairly reserve grade side, but I'm going to tip the Eels by 4, and I will be at this game for you all to enjoy. The next game sees the Bulldogs up against the Raiders. Now, I'm actually going to this game. I only just found out. I won tickets, a double pass. So me and Emily will be heading off on Saturday night to ANZ Stadium to watch this one. It is late at night. We'll be home late, but I guess the first try scorer and Ladbrokes have provided me with some tickets. Anyway, for this match, the Raiders lose Jack Whiten to the Blues, Josh Hodgson out to injury, Josh Papali to the Maroons, and Nick Kotrick to the Blues. Dylan Napa is out for the Bulldogs, obviously in the Maroons side. Adam Elliott has been named on a reserves list, as well as Lachlan Lewis. I personally don't think Lachlan Lewis will play, but we'll have to wait and see. Raymond Faitala-Mariner has been named on the bench, back from injury, so that's a big in for them. Now, for this game, I found it hard to pick. I just thought that the Raiders have a little bit more experience in their English players and things like that than the Bulldogs. I'm going to tip the Raiders by 8 here. I think it'll be quite a close game, but I just think players like Jared Croker and what was his name? Young Siliva Havili. I like his playing style, as well as players like Elliot Whitehead and the young Hudson Young. They've got a good forward pack. I think it can match the Dogs, and I think Dylan Napa is going to be a big loss. Raiders by 10. The final game of the round at Cbus Super Stadium sees the Titans, who found a bit of form in the hands of Tyrone Roberts and Dale Copley, as well as AJ Brimson. He was on fire last week. up against the North Queensland Cowboys, who have back-to-back wins. Now, the Titans in the betting odds favour the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are obviously got a lot of players out. Josh Maguire, Justin O'Neill due to injury, Matt Scott, and Michael Morgan out for the side. So maybe Matt Scott's injured, because I said he's injured his shoulder. That might be why he's not playing Origin. I do think he deserves a spot. Leilani Latu is named on the reserves for the Titans. I haven't seen that name in a while. Cohen Hess is in for the Cowboys, as well as Jake Clifford, with David Bowen on an extended bench. For this game, I found it really hard to pick. The Cowboys have a great record against the Titans. The only thing that it came down for me is which side here has more points in them. And for that reason, I'm going to tip the North Queensland Cowboys to go 3 wins in a row here. I'm going to tip them by 6. I think Jason Taumalolo is a massive inclusion and boost for them. He's up against Jai Whitebread. Fodawaker up against McLean. I think Fodawaker is a really underrated player. We'll see how Ash Taylor goes. He really needs to improve, or maybe dropped for a week and then brought back into the side. There's some key matchups here I'm looking forward to. Quick wingers, Anthony Don versus Kyle Felt, and Dale Copley up against the quick Gella Mosby. So the Cowboys by 6. Those are my tips for round. Let's get into my best bets.
If you know me and you watch this part of the video, you know I love a little bit of a cheeky gamble, and I go out on a rough note. Because there's only 4 games this week, I'm going to do 1 for each game involving 2 try scorers and the margin. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to back Manly to beat Penrith 1-12, Brian Toto to score, and Moses Sully to score. I also think George Tafua will score, but I'll get to that later. Now that multi there is paying $24.75. The second one is the Eels up against the Rabbits 1-12. Michael Jennings coming back into our side, crossing that line, and Ethan Lowe, a roughie from the Rabbitohs, to score a try. That is at $38.50. Now, I only want you to put $1 on. Don't put these big bets on. Don't trust me. Raiders 1-12. I'm going to back Sebastian Chris for a try, and Remus Smith from the Bulldogs. That is paying $20.50. Cowboys 1-12. Jordan Kahu to score, which is a bit of a roughie, and he's in good form at the moment. So I'm going to back Dale Copley. Now that's at $20.25. My big multi is pretty small this week. I'm going to go the Cowboys to win, no margin, the Raiders 1-12, and George Tafua to score a try, and that is at $14.43. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your predictions in the comments. If you're going to bet, obviously gamble responsibly. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you next time.